You're listening to After the Review with Peter and Terrell. New episodes of our podcast are available every Tuesday afternoon on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. If you like our content, remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the episode. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review with Peter and Terrell. I'm your host, Peter, and with me, as usual, is my man, Terrell. What up, T?
What up, Pete? How was your weekend, man?
It was pretty good. You know, I had to work a lot. I worked all day Saturday, reffing basketball tournament, and it was a little exciting. You know, a kid threw a punch. It was crazy. 12-year-old kids, man. You know 12-year-old boys. They just got a little too much testosterone flowing through them. So that was a little thing, but nothing too crazy besides that. But and then we got it was a little preview for what we had Saturday night that we failed to cover because we're awful.
Yeah, I gotta call us out here. We do a lot of betting on this, and how do we not bet the Wilder Fury fight? I don't know how. We just let that slip past us, and I saw it all week too. I don't know why. I don't know what we were thinking.
The only rematch of two undefeated heavyweights because they tied the first time, and we slipped our mind a little bit.
Yeah, I have no clue how that happened, but it's crazy. But I want to appreciate you for the backdoor cover with the illegal stream of the fight.
You can't put that out there, man. The government might be listening.
Why bad? With whatever you want to call it. Anyways, you helped me watch the fight. However you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Because I was not paying $80 to see it. And I wasn't going to some random bar by myself to go watch a fight that I really just wanted to see, just a heavyweight fight or whatever and see what's going down. And didn't have any skin in the game or anything like that. But let's get into the fight. I thought for one, let's start with the entrances.
Oh, man, these were two of the best entrances ever, right?
Yes, there's ridiculous. Fury came out on I don't even know what you call it.
He was on like a throne.
A throne?
He was on a throne on like something that you would like carry the king on. Like a pedestal almost type thing. I don't know what you call it, but they were pushing it. They had four ladies pushing it, and those ladies did not look like they were able to like keep that thing straight. They were struggling hard.
No, the thing about it is I'm pretty sure it was motorized, and like they were just there for like essentially props, just like to have it rest on there.
But they
seem really like
they look like they were struggling a little bit.
They did seem like they're struggling. There's no way they were actually carrying him.
No chance. Man. No, he's a 300-pound man almost at 6'9". And he stood up, and then he came out to crazy. And man, I was like, oh, I'm all about this. Like he looked like someone. He was loose all pre-fight too when they were showing it beforehand in the dressing room.
Yeah, very very loose guy. I was like, is he gonna get his ass beat? I was like, is he not focused? But that's just the way he is, and I'm about it though. I'm like very loose. He's very fun. Like he seemed like he'd be a good time. Obviously, I'm sure he had a good time, and also going back to his past too. His troubled past and everything. But I'm glad to see where he's came from and all that good stuff. So it makes, I think that's for a reason for why he's so loose and everything. He's like, I've been down before, almost near death. And like everything from here on is just a plus.
It's just a fight or whatever. I kind of liked it. I liked it. I'm like, he's not nervous. Like it was a big fight. Like I'd be a little nervous like fighting. I was like, he looks loose. Deontay looked the exact opposite Wilder.
They said he was pacing for an hour back and forth.
Yes, they kept showing it, and they had the great former heavyweight champ Lennox Lewis on there, and he's like, see, I was a guy that got ready late. Like Deontay got ready so early. He got his hand wrapped super early. He was walking back and forth. He wouldn't sit, and he was like, nah. I was like, I was a guy that got to get ready late because you're not doing anything.
You're not doing it. I wouldn't arrive. Like honestly, like I don't know how much it goes into like pre-boxing to get warmed up.
Yeah, you gotta. There's a certain amount of time because they got to do all the checks and stuff.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't arrive until literally like, hey, you need to be here at 5. My ass be rolling up at like 4:59 at the door.
Wait. I mean, I'm okay. They look like they had a good setup back there. I mean,
no doubt. But like, I hate nothing more than just waiting around. Like, I remember playing football like all day. Like you're just waiting and waiting. And then you get you do this thing, you wait some more. We used to go to the church before the game, eat, go through meetings, wait, pregame, wait. Like you're just waiting. I hate the waiting, and it's just ridiculous. Like let's just get to it.
So you got the Kirk Cousins thing going a little bit, like the two, but you got to be playing at the set time, otherwise it's too much. You're waiting around all day to do.
I would hate like the guys who either play on Sunday night. I'm sure it's great, but you wait all day, and then the guys who play on Monday night, like you don't. Not only do you wait a whole day, but you wait almost 2 whole days because you don't play again until the nighttime. I mean, till at night. So I just like it'd be horrible for me. So
yeah, I agree. So anyway, Fury comes out on his throne with his crown. You know, he's singing to his song. Everybody, I'm like looking. I'm like, oh man, I don't think you could top this intro. Like, I'm all in. I was pulling for Fury. He gets to the ring, and I'm like, oh, this can't be topped. Like, he's a lock. I'm feeling it right now. And then Deontay Wilder came on out.
He like looked like Black Panther on like steroids. Like it's like they took the Black Panther suit actually, and they like bedazzled it and like made it this grand thing. Like,
and it was a skull too, though. So it was almost like a oh God, I'm trying to think of it. Was almost like a Day of the Dead mask kind of thing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't know how he like saw where he was going. Also, I want to talk about all the people who walk with this boxer. Like, obviously, boxing is like a one-person sport, but literally they have at least enough people to suit a whole like semi-football team walking with them. They have like
they got both trainers, they got security.
They have like double security. So they have I don't know the people in the red coats because I want to figure out what they do because they check on them before each fight. I don't know what their job is.
That was the boxing commission. They're part of the
boxing.
Yeah, they're part of the commission.
Okay. I'm glad you explained that. Great. So we got the boxing commission, we got security, and then we got Deontay Wilder security. And I asked somebody while I was watching this fight, it's like, do you think boxers have their own security? Like, you know, they probably do, but like it's kind of like it's one of those weird things, like ironic things, like boxers have security because wouldn't they be able to defend themselves anyway?
Yeah,
but they
just
have all these people
away from you.
Yes, essentially, it's keep people away from. So they got that. You got trainers. You got security. We probably got the entourage. You got people like your manager, your homeboy, your second cousin, and we got all these people. Like it's literally like you would think the president is walking in the building the way that he surrounds the boxer. It's just like everyone's around him, and it's just like
and like of course it's like the walk from the dressing room to the ring. It's like not like a set path where like people can't get through. It's like a collapsed path that like fans are reaching over basically. So like they gotta hold people back and all this shit. It's like, come on, like we can't have like a set like secure path so it's like a little bit easier. It's like no, a mob could form at any time.
I mean, and I think that's why they have so many people because it's like, what if somebody just comes out and just sucker punches? I'm not gonna sucker punch Deontay Wilder because he's got a freaking army suit on. I mean, it's like a gladiator suit on. But yeah, I guess that's probably why they have so much security. Okay. One quick thing on his outfit. He like came back and said his outfit was too heavy. It was like 40 pounds. He said to weight him down before the fight.
Oh, so you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a guy who's making a lot of complaining because he caught the hands.
even if that's the case, like why would you like want to walk in something that's that heavy?
Yeah,
you told me the first time he put it on was like when he's walking down.
Yeah, I've never.
It's just heavy. Like,
oh man, it's a far walk. I mean, he was walking slow. He could have walked faster. Shoot,
he definitely could have walked faster. Like, also, why would you put your body through that before? Even if you knew like your leg was that stuff. I love boxers. They like tell everything once they lose. Like, I wasn't right anyway. The shoulder was a little rough.
There was a dog barking in the bushes over there distracting me. It's like, come on, man.
Okay.
I mean,
whatever. You just got your ass beat.
Yeah, he really did. So this fight did not go the way Deontay Wilder expected. From the first bell, Fury was all over him, and he was
attacking him. They said his camp said they were going to attack him, and they did attack him. I don't know much about boxing, but Deontay Wilder looked like he was waiting on his moment to land the right hand.
Catch him with that right, and Fury was not afraid. He was up in that grill and said, "Throw it, I dare you, just throw it." And Wilder looked like he did not know what to do.
Honestly, the thought of being able to knock out Fury is like you got to think about like that's a heavy ass punch like coming from someone's right hand.
I mean, like, he is 6'9". He was 6'9", 273, I think, for this fight. He weighed in at.
Yeah, like
that's a massive human being.
Massive trying like he knocked him. I don't know what he weighed the first time they fought, but like.
He was
even knock him on the ground?
He was like 17 pounds less, they said. I know, but he had the Undertaker come up though. It was like he spoke. God just hit him with the paddles in that last fight. He popped up.
I guess so. Anyways, this is ridiculous. We get to the fight. Deontay Wilder is like getting like. I'm glad we didn't bet because I probably would have bet Wilder just because I don't really know boxing. I was like, I'll take the American.
See, that's I really like Fury because I heard the whole thing. His interview on Rich Eisen was making the rounds this week about how he dealt with depression and all that stuff, and how like he was like undefeated heavyweight champion, and he still wanted to like kill himself every day, which was so that like made me feel for him. He was a nice guy, And so I was pulling for Fury. It felt really against me, like, to pick a Brit over an American. I was like, this is so wrong. But so I was pulling for him, and it just, I don't know, everything came together for him.
No, it really did. Everything came together. They planned their fight out well. It just seemed like Wilder's camp was just like, they were just there for the showing. Like, they just thought, oh, we'll come here and knock them out and get out of here. They really seemed like they didn't have a plan. My man was getting bloody everywhere there, like, weren't taking care of him.
It was over when he knocked him down in the third round. He perforated his eardrum, and he was just, blood was pouring out of his ear.
And after that when blood was pouring out of his ear and his eye, they didn't, like, wipe any blood off him. They took him to the round after that. They finally started wiping blood off him, and I was like, at that point, I would have been like, yo, can you still fight? He looked really, like, off balance.
His legs he had no equilibrium. As soon as I saw him, he was stumbling around, like, all over the place. Like, oh yeah, his inner ear is gone. Like,
yeah, it must have been ringing. Like, he must have been totally off. It was kind of scary to watch because I think Fury could have probably just set up and knocked him out because he wasn't really throwing any punches. He was just, like, trying to tie him up. I think he tried to tackle Fury at one point.
Yeah, he did. After that second, I think it was after that second knockdown when Fury caught him with the jab to the ribs and he put him on the ground again. And they said he broke his jaw too on one of those punches. Oh, I think it's that meme. I think that picture, anybody's seen it, going around the internet, like the meme of, like, you can see, like, his whole lips, like, going. He fractured part of his jaw on that.
Ouch.
Yeah, so he was not good. Thankfully, finally, in the 7th round, his corner threw in the towel for him, and the judge was stopping the fight as the towel landed, which I thought was, like, good on that judge. Like, he knew it was like, okay, this fight's over, and then the towel came in, and Wilder was pissed at his corners, like, why'd you do that? It's like, dude, you may not have ever been the same if they let you keep getting out there.
Exactly. He was like, I wanted to take it like a warrior. So, you don't want to get knocked out like national television, man. The way you went was okay.
Like, you're coming out of this not okay as it is. Like, you don't want to be serious, like, brain damage, like, you're not the same guy coming out of that, because, this is not a small human throwing massive punches to your head.
No, not at all. Two really huge guys. I saw that Anthony Joshua wants to fight Fury now, so I think that'd be cool if they did that.
That'll be a big money check. But boxing's weird. They have all those, like, different belt, like, associations with all the different belts and stuff. And
I have no clue. They
hate unifying those belts. Like, Joshua's got one of the heavyweight belts, and now Fury's got the other two, and they hate a complete unification of because it's less.
Why?
Because it's less fights and it's less money you can sell. It's like, we're selling the heavyweight champ fight, like the Ruiz Joshua fight. That's why that sold, because it was like, it's a heavyweight championship fight, and they got the rematch.
Why is it? But, like, I guess if one person has it, then you can only sell.
Yeah, like one fight, and they don't even fight for all the belts at once too. Like, they'll just fight under one commission to get one belt.
Oh, so say if you were to lose one, you could get
you'd still have the other ones, yeah. So, like, if Fury was to fight Joshua, is he fighting for Joshua's belt, or is Joshua fighting for one of Fury's belts?
I think they should put both of them up, right?
I know, that's what got everything. It's all or nothing, winner take all. Like, all the belts are in, I would go even most of the fight money. Like, massive difference in the prize pool.
Because then you can't get guys to fight. Like, at the end of the day, they still got to make a living, right?
Oh, no, I'm saying you get paid from all the stuff, but you make the prize just like, you get the cut from all the pay-per-views and stuff, but just like, you win the fight, you get like 85% of it, instead of, I think it's like 60-40 if you win or lose the fight on these big-ass fights.
Gotcha.
So it's like fighting for your living.
How soon do you think they cut the check?
Oh, God, that stuff's already cut.
You think so beforehand?
Yeah, like through the promoter and stuff. Maybe once they have to tally the official pay-per-view numbers and stuff, but the check's cut on winnings.
You think they pay that, like, it's kind of, they just pay ahead and then the promoter just takes whatever's left? Like, they, like, take the money from pay-per-view and everything afterwards. Like, they cut the check beforehand and, like, hey, we're just going to, write a check out, whatever, and then we'll take what the payment is from pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a whole tiered structure systems in the contracts, like when and where payouts get, put forward.
Probably 30 days. I know in this contract, they had a 30-day like period where they had to call for a rematch. They want a rematch. Like,
they could exercise. They could exercise a rematch option, and I know
obviously that would take a while, but
yeah, I know obviously Wilder wants that fight back, and I'm okay. Shoot, I'd watch it again.
Totally, I'm down for that. I'd watch Joshua and Wilder and Fury. I got to watch all of them. I'd watch a 3-way fight if they could do it.
Oh, fucking battle royale in the cage.
No, that was cool. I'm glad. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm glad this fight was this weekend. There's not much going on in sports. I think this is great for this weekend. It could have been this weekend or last weekend. It would have been a perfect weekend for this. But I think boxing should do this. MMA and boxing, they really should figure out when the dead periods.
These lull weekends are.
These lulls weekends, and I think they really can maximize it. Because this was my Saturday night. Kansas played it at my time, 9:00 in the morning, but this was my Saturday night. I was like, I'm go home. I'm trying to watch this fight no matter at all costs, and you came through. So I think they really should figure that out. And that'd be a good point for them.
And it's nice. I know my dad was saying he was feeling, it's a little throwback. You got heavyweights, like real heavyweights, like the old days of Ali and Foreman and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, it was nice to see that. So, and I like Fury. Fury's a guy he has a pretty mean set of pipes too, singing American Pie after he won. I was impressed a little bit. He's like a 6'9" Conor McGregor essentially, but just sell the fight. And it's like, boxing really needs that to pick it up and get a little bit more juice into it. All right, let's go. Your Saturday, like you said, college basketball. Kansas started things off well for you, didn't they?
Yes, sir. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. # KU B-ball. We picked this game. We didn't know who the line was. The line ended up being Baylor -1. So I would have won anyway, and you would have lost. It's okay. But yeah, I picked KU. They came through down in Waco. It was like an 11 o'clock game in Waco, but the place was packed. They had a whiteout going, and it was a good ass game. KU came out
fast,
late because they cannot. No. I mean, it came out fast.
Baylor came out slow, fast. Maybe I would say.
I guess however you look at it. If you look from the opening tip, Baylor hit a 3-pointer. The Jayhawks missed a bucket, and then Baylor came back with they got up easily 5-0, and then KU made a 9-0 run, and from there KU kind of controlled the game for the most of the game. After that, Baylor clawed back, and then it was really late when Baylor made their last little run. KU turned the ball over late to make the game interesting, but at the end of the day, Jayhawks were on top. Nice revenge. Like you said, revenge is best served cold and hard.
On the road.
And on the road, yes. We couldn't let Scott Drew sweep us. But anyways.
Yeah.
No, that Baylor team is legit. They play some great defense.
It's a pathetic conference.
Get out of here. Anyways.
Can't be stopped. They run the show. They're still daddy.
They very are still. They always will be. I mean, it's KU. In the ACC, most of the time, daddy will be, Duke or North Carolina this year. There's a really bad year, but most of the times it'll be those teams. So, very proud of this KU team. They actually won the night versus Oklahoma State. They're on to the great role. I think it always scares me. You know how I feel about KU. When they're this good, it scares me going to the tournament because there's really how often does a number one seed who could really control
the number one overall seed
the number over wins it all. So
hey, Virginia did last year, didn't they? Or no?
Virginia did last year, but that's hardly ever. But like I always say, the time KU did win in 08, they're all 4-1. They're all number one seeds who won. So.
It's the only way.
If that's the only way, if that's the way they go, that's the way they go. But I do like this team, and I don't think I like the NCAA isn't heavy, top heavy. I think it's evenly spread out. So if anything, that makes March Madness a little scarier.
Well, perfect point. I mean, Kansas is going to be number one now because we had number 2 Gonzaga also fall on the road at BYU. The Mormons. Yeah. Good on them. Oh, wait. Yeah, what's that? Kansas was number 3, so number 3 won. And then undefeated San Diego State, number 4? Lost. 1, 2, and 4 lost this weekend. Oh, man.
And the only reason why 3 didn't lose because 3 played 1.
3 played 1. I mean, it easily could have been 2, 3, and 4 done.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another late one on was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. Number 7 lost and number 9 lost. So 5 of the top 10 teams lost on this weekend. So it was kind of March started a little early for us.
Yeah, but this is if you're gonna lose, I think
lose now. Yes,
this is a time to lose. I'm always hey, If KU loses, if they lose in the Big 12 tournament, I love that. Like I like when they win the Big 12 tournament, but also when they lose in the Big 12 tournament, I'm like, yes, this is like a little motivation you guys needed. You're like, they usually are like coming into the tournament, they're like a 15-game win streak, so that sometimes they need a little kick in the butt,
expose some of your flaws.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get back to it, and then they get back on your win streak. So for those teams who lost, it's not a bad. It's a good time to lose. I mean, you don't want to lose when this is your last game. So I think get that loss out of you. Fix it all up, rebuild your winning streak, and I think that's a good way to attack it. So if KU wins the regular, if they went out and then went out to the Big 12 tournament, I would be very, very, very nervous.
Yeah, but then again, you could say they won at number 1, and then they turned it on. And sometimes you see those teams that just catch super fire late, and they roll through their conference tournament, and then they roll into the Final Four. And then
no, you're not wrong at all about that. So, but at some point you're going to lose,
or you're not. At some point, somebody at some point is not going to lose, and they will be the champion.
It's much easier to go on a 6-game winning streak than like
a 15.
Continue your 15, your 20-game winning streak. You know what I mean?
That's very true. I agree with that. So I do like losing in the conference championship game if you're a top dog. But what was it? UConn and Kemba just can't lose, man.
Yeah, like if you go on runs like that, and then that's special. But UConn and Kemba, they needed that.
Yeah, they weren't in. They were not in.
They
had to play their way in.
It's much different. Yeah, they had to play their way in. So it's much different.
All right, so it's getting exciting. I like it. I love March. March Madness is my favorite. It's a little late this year, starting up. So
March 14th, right?
No, the next weekend after that. 17th? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the 7th.
I saw a commercial for the.
That's the tournament championships that weekend.
Oh, March 17th. You're right. Yeah, yep, that's Tuesday.
That's that Tuesday. That's St. Patrick's Day they're playing. And so a little bit later this year, but should all good. I'm excited to get warmed up. Now let's move to the NBA because we're slowly getting into the enjoyable part of basketball as far as I'm concerned. Because the first, everything before the All-Star game is just gravy in the NBA, right?
Yeah, it's just, it's really filling your team out, trying to figure out what needs you need to make before the All-Star trade deadline.
Did you watch the Celtics-Lakers game on Sunday?
I did watch it. I watched. Well, I was very bummy on Sunday. I stayed in bed all day, and then on I watched the end of the game, and I watched the end, and I saw when I woke up, I saw Tatum go off for it. He already had 40, and I saw LeBron ice the game though, so I saw the end of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah,
but it was a well played game. It was pretty much that score all game, back and forth, and then LeBron hit that big time ice dagger because he's still a man. A little worried about AD though. He was 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter. He did not look good. He missed 2 layups down the stretch, bad in like a 1-point game.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm weird. I'm more concerned about AD stepping out for that 3-pointer late in the game. Like, that's not needed. Get to the basket and lay it up there. You know what I mean? Like, do what you're good at and, you're comfortable with. But, he hits the 3-pointer, so I don't say anything. But I don't want him to
especially against Boston because they're so undersized inside.
Yeah. I don't want him to feel that he can that's that 3-point shot he should keep taking late in the game. I think he should get down the block of what he's doing. So I think those shots are going to fall. I think he kind of rushed it and different things like that. But I think those shots are going to fall. I don't know if that 3-point shot's going to fall all the time. And late in the game, you take that. Because if you miss that shot, it's a totally different game.
That is true. And, they almost got it. They almost got it back there with a couple of missed free throws, too. But they look strong. Boston looks really interesting now. Kind of perking my ears up a little bit. Jason Tatum is kind of that dude.
No, Jason Tatum is very nice. Like, if they could figure, like, listen, I don't want to Boston Horn too much, but if they can figure this out, you get Kemba healthy, they get obviously Tatum keeps playing the way he is, and Jaylen Brown is very good, and they figure out the Hayward situation. They got a nice little lineup they can go with.
Play team ball, and then Jason Tatum is your superstar. Go give me a bucket.
Or Kemba. You pay Kemba to be your superstar like that, but I think it's kind of scary. And we're not even talking about Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is one of those Energizer Bunny.
I can never tell if Marcus Smart's going to be in the game or out of the game because he's doing one of those things or getting teed up, thrown out of the game.
Totally understand that, but they could put it together a lineup that's pretty scary if they figure it all out.
I mean, it's not like Toronto has any super. I mean, Siakam maybe is the superstar in Toronto, and they're in second in the East. They've been so good though.
Yeah, Toronto plays a team ball like you just said though. They play complete team ball, and they always have a guy who just comes, who you don't know is going to play good.
But the problem is, like you said, you need a superstar in the playoffs every now and then.
I mean, they do. But they have guys now who have done before. They got Lowry.
That is a big help.
Siakam, and then they got, I don't want to say Van Vliet, but Van Vliet makes big time shots. So I think they can.
It's very interesting. I'm very perked up in the East, and who knows what's going on with Philadelphia. Ben Simmons might be out for the year. We don't know. It's kind of not looking good. But then Embiid drops a 50-burger tonight against. Yeah. It's Atlanta.
I sure hope my boy Ben's not out for the year. He tried to play. I watched him try to play. And he was balling, but you could tell his back was definitely
not good. I don't know. Dude.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. And then we got Milwaukee, of course. Giannis running away, dude. Our MVP bet that we made. What was it at Allie's graduation? You're looking pretty good with Giannis, but I'm
looking real.
I'm not far. I'm right there. I'm right there though with LeBron. It's gonna be 1-2.
You're not, but like it's just they give it to the guy. I mean,
LeBron might have to do some swaying. I mean, LeBron's gonna win the West, and that's absurd.
He is. He's gonna win the West, but like the Bucks are gonna win the East, and they win like by landslide. Like they might get to 70 wins.
They already clinched a playoff berth.
Yeah, like they just. People say he lost pieces, and they're even better this year. Like it's really weird. Like they lost Brogdon, and they lost. I forgot who else they lost. But they lost some like key pieces, and they're even better this year. So yeah, it's really weird.
It is weird. But then, I mean, we had the Lakers left for dead with LeBron in this team, and LeBron can't do it in the West. West too good. Everybody, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I agree. I'll be a little salty because it's definitely an MVP year where we should give it to LeBron. Giannis has got enough time to win another 3 or 4 MVPs. LeBron needs to get himself another one with this,
to be honest, I know LeBron cares, but he don't really care about MVP. He needs another. He wants that ring.
He wants that ring.
He wants the Finals MVP. I do hate the Lakers didn't make a move though. They need another guard, in my opinion. They need They need a buyout guy, or they need to try to make a trade.
They're gonna play big ball.
I know, but like. You need another guard outside LeBron.
Hey, well, they got Morris. I mean, they got Morris for another big body.
That's not going to do anything. That's not going to move the needle.
I just can't wait to see Lakers-Clippers. Speaking of the Clippers, they lost 3 games in a row. They're falling apart. I hear trouble in the locker room. Everybody hates Kawhi because he's lazy, doesn't want to play in the regular season.
Really?
Yes, I heard there's issues because, like, what were the Clippers last year? Every possession matters. Like, they play so hard. They played so hard, such team scrappy ball. And now it's like the entire regular season doesn't matter. And it's rubbing guys a little bit with Kawhi.
Paul George didn't play either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But it's Kawhi. It's the Kawhi thing. It's the whole load management. That's the mentality. Like, the whole team mentality is we're taking this regular season off because it really doesn't matter. And it's kind of, like, I don't think that sits well with Pat B. Like, Beverly is the guy who was all about that.
That's interesting. You heard that from the locker. But I'm not saying it's not true because I could see people get mad about the best player. Random nights you just sitting it out.
He only plays 60 of the 82 just for no reason.
Yeah, but hey, that's what they signed up for. They knew that's what it was going to be when they made all those trades to go get Paul George so they could secure Kawhi. Hey, this guy, he's gonna play 60 games. That's it.
Well,
so
it's like the monkey's fist or whatever. Like whatever, you can have anything you wish for, but that wish comes back and bites you in the ass, usually in ways you don't expect it. Like, okay, we're now gonna be the 4th seed in the West, maybe the 5th seed. They may not have a home series, and it's like you're gonna have to go through a dog road to get to the finals, which.
I mean, if they get healthy, they're equipped to make it, but like they still got some problems there for sure.
They are. I'm waiting for Playoff P to show up, who is a absolute train wreck.
He's got to stay healthy, man.
I mean, they're almost better if he's hurt.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, yeah, like tongue in cheek, they're not better when he's hurt, but he's had some rough history in the playoffs and stuff. And then I don't know, Houston Westbrook, that thing's gonna blow up anytime. Houston or Harden.
I don't know. I don't know if I love the way they play basketball, but I like that they're trying to do the super small deal. I'm interested to see how it's going to work.
Going, yeah.
It's gonna take a toll on PJ Tucker, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, are we sure Riley's not like the next big man on the bench for them?
Something like that, man. So it'll be interesting to see to come down the stretch how things shake up, and we can't forget about Denver and Utah. And, who's going to get in the 8 seed? I think the Pelicans try to possibly get in the 8 seed. And then we got Luka and Dallas. Like, they're still going to make some noise. I think playoffs, we're in for a joyride.
Did you see Bill Simmons like, this is why we need a play-in tournament for the 8th, 7th, and 8th seed, because I need Zion in the playoffs and Ja in the playoffs right now just to get them going. I like that.
I mean, would you love to see that, a one-game playoff between, the Memphis Grizzlies and the New Orleans Pelicans?
Yeah. I would like it. It'd be fun. I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's basketball. It's just weird. I say it until it's my team that should be the 8 seed that's getting and then it's got to play in the 1-game playoff, and I'm all salty about it. But I agree. I would like to see those two guys play each other in a big time game when they don't have to play like, the daddy. You know how the NBA is. You gotta earn your stripes. You gotta get your ass beat in the playoffs multiple times by the veterans. And then you get the little gray in the beard, gray in the hair.
You finally, sneak through. Unless you like the Warriors. I mean, even the Warriors kind of got beat up before they made their run.
Yeah, they lost a few times. That's why they fired Mark Jackson. They couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
They just kept losing in the playoffs. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Just a matter of time. What else is this week? Oh, Combine this week. NFL Combine. Oh,
yes,
I love the Combine.
NFL's back.
I'm so nerdy. I love the Combine. You love the Combine?
I do love the Combine. I like to watch all the things. I like to watch the guys obviously run the 40s, but I like to see them do all the other workouts, and I like to see the quarterback stir.
Oh, dude!
Not that it means anything.
It does. I know it's a glorified like Westminster dog show. It's like we're trotting them out, trot out the meat out there, and show us what you can do with no, all pomp and frill. I love it. I'm such a geek about it. I love watching. I love the bench press, seeing how strong dudes are, especially like the littler guys. Like some of them running backs throwing up crazy numbers on the bench. Like what was that? A Turbin that one year where he put up like a 30 piece of 225 on the bench. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love seeing that stuff.
So yeah, all nerdy. What's the schedule for the Combine? We got the schedule for the Combine.
We got the schedule. I got the schedule for you. Thursday, February 27th, we got tight ends, quarterbacks, and receivers. Oh. Obviously, quarterbacks and receivers and tight ends have to go together because they throw to each other. Quarterbacks throw to receivers. Oh. And then on Friday, 28th, we've got the specialists, O-linemen, and the running backs. And on this year, leap year, we got Saturday, February 29th. We got the D linemen and the linebackers, the guys who get it done in the trenches. And on March 1st, we got the DBs. Trying to see if they can catch.
Yeah, all in prime time this year too. Like 3.
Yeah, on prime time.
4 to 11 on the East Coast. So yeah, even more. Normally it's the crack of dawn, so it won't even be that early for you anymore. But the first thing that came out, they did the measurements today, and my guy Joe Burrow has some little hands, man. What's up with that? 9-inch hands? Those are pretty small.
Yeah, we ain't worried about that, though. My boy Pat Mahomes came back and tweeted, "Hey, my small hands are doing pretty fine." Oh. So I think he'll be all right.
Dude, Joe Burrow's tweet was amazing, though. It's like, oh, no, I'm considering retirement with my small hands. I can't play.
Yeah.
I like that swagger. That's a little bit of a FU swagger. And I was weird. I was so surprised when I saw that, though. You were surprised, too, right? Because, like, the way he runs, it does not look like he has any issues holding on to the football.
No, not at all. He seems like a total guy who says had big enough hands for everything.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it. I was like, I would have said, like, oh, yeah, like 10-inch hands. Like, this guy runs with his nose down in the SEC, and they can't punch that ball out. But who knows? So we'll see. That was just a first little tidbit. I
feel like the hands deal is something that's like been over. I mean, I'm sure it comes up and makes it a big deal, but I see it's a thing that's been overrated over time. Like, it doesn't. I mean, sure it matters, but does it really matter as much as we think it does?
I think it's gripping the ball, obviously, getting it swatted, like hand grip strength, more surface area, and they said it helps in bad weather. Like if it's rainy or if it's cold, you can grip the ball.
That totally makes sense. But guys got gloves now and all that stuff, so.
Yeah, that's true. I think Russell had pretty big hands, I think, and that's why he's working out so well at the smaller stature. I don't know. They make a big deal of it. It's hands and quarterbacks, big deal. They don't care about receiver hands though, which is funny.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a good, interesting point. We should probably look into that, see if that makes a difference.
They like you said, the gloves, maybe receivers. It's gonna stick eventually. So, all right, let's get to picks. I did abysmal at 2-3, and you did 3-2, thanks to your Rock Chalk Jayhawk. And our XFL bets, we were pretty mediocre, 2-2. I was not happy with us, so man, XFL really screwed us. So let's get to this week. Tuesday night for the people on TNT. We're heading to the hardwood. We got the Bucks at the Raptors, 1-2 in the East. Milwaukee's a 1.5 favorite. Who you taking?
I'm taking Milwaukee. I see them take care of business. They usually take care of business. They had a close one again tonight against the Wizards, but that's because Bradley Beal went off for 50. But I'm taking the Bucks.
That's back-to-back 50-point games and lost. Jesus, that's so depressing for Bradley Beal. But yeah, fear the deer. I think Milwaukee wins. They need to make a statement like we are the top. But doubleheader on TNT. We got the second game. Pelicans, my boy Zion. I don't know if he's your boy. My boy Zion. At your boy LeBron. I know he's your boy. LA 8-point favorites. I like the Lakers. I think they cover. They got the spirit of Kobe Bryant in the building, taking care of them after that whole final memorial today. Who do you like? Do you like Lakers cover?
I do not like the Lakers cover. I like the Pelicans to cover it, but Lakers to win. Pelicans have been taking care of business lately, looking really good, and Zion's been looking an absolute beast. You think we'll see a little Zion LeBron matchup?
Right, like LeBron will let him he'll do a switch, right? LeBron will set it up. You get a little.
You think LeBron will try to back him down? You think he try to pull up over?
Oh, LeBron will probably try and back him down because he knows LeBron's bigger than him, just from a height standpoint. So LeBron will probably try and back him down. And then give him a little vet move and be like, "Yeah, welcome to the show." Like we saw Melo do the other day. Melo hit Zion with a little bit of a vet move.
Footwork. Yeah, yep. I heard today like Zion's close to 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's basically the size of Tyson Fury, but 6'6".
Yeah, I saw him today. He I saw a highlight when he ripped the ball out of that dude's hands from Golden State, and he is huge. Like his arms are legit, huge. Like when you see people's arms on TV and they look huge, I'm pretty sure in person, that's
massive.
Real.
I know. I loved Colin was talking about it today. He's like, "Oh, everyone keeps telling me Zion needs to lose weight. How about you stop him first, and then you can talk to me about Zion losing weight because he's a freight train." Which he's not wrong with that. Do you think Zion's got any shot to win the Rookie of the Year over Ja?
I think he'll definitely get some votes just because what he's done in the time he's been here,
and he flipped the Pelicans around too,
and
really
he flipped
hard.
the Pelicans around. But Ja has the freaking Grizzlies in the 8. Fighting for a playoff spot too. So I think it'll be pretty tough. I think you got to give it to Ja from longevity. You can't, guy just can't come in the middle of the year and hey, I gave you a great 35 games of the year. You know what I mean?
Hey, I may give it to Zion if New Orleans catches Memphis, right? You give it to Zion, maybe. I'm very tempted.
I don't know. It depends. It depends how Memphis goes out. Now, if it's it comes down to the wire and Memphis, loses by half a game or something crazy like that, then maybe. But I just the whole body of work. You got to do it the whole year. Yeah, like I said, you can't give it to something because that's the reason half the time we don't let guys get first team All NBAs because they miss a chunk of the year or whatever. So
that's true.
I feel like that same criteria has to go for a Rookie of the Year.
All right, that's a good criteria. All right, Wednesday, we're heading to the pitch. We're changing things up a little bit for the people. A little bit of Champions League soccer action. We have Manchester City hosting Real Madrid, two perennial powerhouses on the pitch. I think I'm going with Man City in this one. I don't know why. I just think they're going to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Real Madrid just because you were Manchester, so just trying to get one up on you.
You're probably gonna be right. You're probably gonna be right.
To be honest, I have no clue what's going on here. But
right.
I'm
Matt's our soccer guy. We can bring Matt back on.
We're gonna start plugging Matt into the soccer stuff.
All right, we're trying to diversify for our people and you. We need to cover everybody. And then Wednesday night, the game that's on TV on NBCSN. We're going to the ice. We're hitting the rink, and we're going to Colorado. The Buffalo Sabres are taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado minus 133, so pretty decent favorites. I think they win.
Yeah, I'm gonna back you up on this one. I think I'm going with Colorado as well. Pretty confident in what I've seen from them this year. Yeah, so I watch a ton of hockey.
Yeah, man, you should get on it. It's almost that time. They are the second seed in the West, right behind the Blues. So, all right. Anyway, and now we're gonna do a little XFL special since we're so committed to this XFL league. We're gonna do a parlay bet for all the games this weekend. We've talked about it beforehand, And let's break it down. First game is LA, and who's LA playing this weekend? I forgot. Oh shoot. LA and New York. LA at the Guardians. Right. They're going across the country, making $40,000 a year.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. Anyways, they'll be fine.
It's the Saturday noon. LA 7-point favorites. We like the Wildcats. I don't know why we like the Wildcats, but we like the Wildcats.
I mean, they celebrated like they won the XFL championship. They threw water on the coach after their first win. Like, really?
Well, anyways, freaking DC. Oh my God, DC. I'm not even gonna talk about this last week killing us. All right, the second game on Saturday, the Seattle Dragons at the St. Louis Battlehawks. St. Louis is 12-point favorites.
Yeah, that line is huge. I know. Like, I watched Seattle like this weekend with my own two eyes. They aren't good. They need to let BJ
Daniels?
Daniels, yeah.
My
Daniels,
God,
sorry.
BJ Daniels, USF.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I didn't let BJ Daniels in there. Also, BJ Daniels warms up like he's about to get in every time. I'm like, is he? They let him in? Nope, he didn't ever get in.
My man.
Anyways, they just probably should let BJ Daniels get in there and try something.
That's my dynasty quarterback back in the day, man. I'll tell you what. So
the Seattle Dragons have like literally one person I know, and that's Trey Williams from A&M on their team. Like I was listening to like starting lineup, and there's like not one guy I knew who it was. I think maybe they're tight end Jeter from LSU, just because I've seen LSU versus you just watching LSU over the SEC times, but like they have like zero guys I know.
Hey man,
obviously other than BJ Daniels.
We need to dig deeper. Maybe need to up our football knowledge a little bit.
I guess, but I'm actually surprised by the amount of guys I don't know in XFL. I thought I would know some of these guys just because like these are the guys who are like were really good and like kind of stood out in college, but just didn't make that leap, or you remember for like them making a couple plays in college or whatever. But some of these guys I have like no clue who they are.
Maybe that's a good thing. Like, maybe guys who played at smaller colleges that we never even saw.
No, but I guess, but like I said, the Seattle Dragons lineup was all like SEC guys. Like it was just like SEC guys or big time college guys, like Big Ten guys. So maybe these are just guys that are good, just like aren't good enough.
Yeah, all right, so 12 is way too much to cover. Even though St. Louis, Seattle's pretty good. On Sunday. This is the big game. This is the interesting game. We have my Houston Roughnecks at the Dallas Renegades, and Houston's a 1-point favorite. My man PJ is tearing it up right now. He's going to be the MVP of this league if he keeps it up. Really
probably,
easy.
Or it depends, or him or Cam Phillips, because he keeps throwing all the touchdown passes to him.
This is true. Hey, PJ might get a look. He was just a little undersized and played at a smaller school. He might get an NFL look. So we're going with Houston for our 4-team parlay here. We're trying to really make all our money back. If only we really gambled all this money.
Maybe we will. Maybe make things real interesting.
We got to put some skin in the game. I agree. We'll start a gambling fund where you people donate to us and we gamble it away.
And then we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, and then the last game, DC at Tampa. DC looked horrible. They killed us on our freaking picks last week. Just awful.
But they got to have a bounce back week, so we're taking DC.
Yes, we are, because Tampa Bay is horrible. I don't game. This game's actually a pick 'em because people thought how bad DC looked. It's like,
does Tampa get into the home game?
Yes, Tampa is at home.
Okay, cool.
So even more of an upset. That was bad. All right, Terrell, you got a baller of the week for us this week?
I do. Just mention him. Cam Phillips. He had 8 catches for 194 yards, I believe, and 3 touchdowns. Obviously, courtesy of PJ Walker. But man, these guys, it's killing. I think it's back-to-back weeks with three touchdowns. Oh. So, Cam Phillips, ball of the week. Fantasy
god.
Hey, is there XFL fantasy?
I don't know. I kind of want it now. I'd play some XFL fantasy for fun.
Maybe it'd help me learn the name of these guys.
There you go. Hey. It comes all around full circle. Doghouse for me. Let me see. Nobody was really too bad this week. Maybe Deontay Wilder for not realizing how heavy his freaking his costume was walking down the lane. Like, maybe should have.
Yeah, and I think that definitely should be it. I'm gonna see the Instagram clip that he says it's too heavy.
Oh, I saw. I mean, I saw him say it. I saw it. It was just like, Maybe should have thought about that beforehand, but you're only fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, undefeated record. I don't know, but
I guess that if you're really preparing for a fight, those are minor details you don't think about. Or like you tell somebody,
it's kind of a large detail though.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna get a point. It's a large detail, but you're probably like, hey, I want. You like see it, this to draw it up or something.
Well, they had to try it on. They had to fit. I guess they measured them all out and stuff, and they custom.
No, he probably tried it on. He had to. But he maybe the walk took longer than he expected.
Maybe he shouldn't have been running around for 20 minutes or 20 minutes before the fight.
That's probably what it is. His legs are probably tired from him pacing for a whole hour. Then he puts a 40-pound weighted vest on and walks probably like 20 to 50 feet. So yeah, it's probably what it is before he was to go fight.
Oh my. Yeah. So okay, I think that's a perfect fit. Doghouse of the week, Deontay Wilder. Good call, man. But hey, great looking costume.
Yeah, awesome look. He should use it for Halloween this year.
Oh, great idea, Terrell. I love it. All right. I think that's going to do it for us this week. If you like our content, remember to comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you all next week.